Hi, I'm Dave Epstein, and today on Growing Wisdom, how long are those seed packets good for? You know, when you buy a seed packet and you look on the back, it says it's good for a certain season. But what about the next season, or the season after that, or the season after that? How long will the seeds last? You know, it's not like milk where you don't want to be drinking your milk 5 weeks after it's expired. Seeds are still viable for a year, 2 years, 3 years, depending on the type of seed. But how do you know if the seeds are still good to plant? If you look at the back of any seed packet, there's a germination rate on there. That basically means of every 10 seeds, how many are going to germinate. If you have an 80% germination rate, 8 out of 10 seeds will germinate. The germination rates generally range from 75 to as high as 90%, depending on the seed type. What happens with seeds year to year is that the germination rate begins to go down. If after you plant, say, 10 seeds, only 2 germinate, your germination rate's 20%, and that's probably a little low to be going outside and plant those seeds. I'm going to show you a little trick that's going to tell you whether those seeds are still good that have been sitting in your garage or your basement for the past year. Put 20 or 30 seeds in a paper towel, spread them out, then put another paper towel on top of that, wet it, roll it, put the paper towel in a Ziploc bag, put it on a seed starting mat, and wait. You just don't want them to be cold because then you won't know whether or not it's just too cold for them to germinate. It's a really good idea to label the bag so you know how many days it takes before they germinate. After a few days, you'll begin to see little roots coming out of the seeds. At that point, count the number of seeds that have germinated and count the number that haven't. That's your ratio of germination. I think if the germination rate is less than 70 or 65%, you want to discard the seeds because I don't want to plant all those seeds to have so many not come up. But it's really up to you, and it also depends on the type of seed you're planting. For something like lettuce or peas that you're planting really close together, a lower germination rate may be okay. But for other plants where you're planting them further apart, a lower germination rate might just not work. Either way, our little test will help determine how many of those seeds are going to germinate, provided you plant them correctly. So with simply some paper towels, a little water, and a Ziploc bag, and a little heat, you'll be able to tell how many of those seeds in that packet that's been around for a few years are going to germinate. Come back every week for all of our tips, hints, and helps here at Growing Wisdom.